Hi, it's Mayor David Stahl with another edition of Business Spotlight. I'm pleased to be joined this afternoon with Jack Levitt of Levitt Executive Advisors. Nice to see you again, Jack.
You too.
I know we've managed to cross paths many times before we turned to your business over at the Education Foundation.
Absolutely.
Let's just talk briefly about your involvement in the community.
Sure. As you said, I'm president of the East Brunswick Education Foundation. A lot of people don't know what we do, but we're a nonprofit that raises money to give right back to teachers and the kids in the classroom. So each year we raise between $50,000 and $100,000 and give it right back to the kids to do things that aren't included in the school budget that make an East Brunswick education even better than the budget allows it to be.
The reason why I wanted to bring that up is, again, and to me, anyone who's so involved in the community deserves extra attention by our residents, so I want to thank you for that.
Oh, thanks.
Now let's talk about your business. What is your business?
I'm an executive coach. I work with two different groups of people. I work with business owners who bought a business but really bought themselves a job, and they find themselves working 70, 80 hours a week, and that's not really why they invested money in a business. They invested money in a business to get more out at the end. So I coach them, I help mentor them to put more time and money in at the beginning and get a lot more time and a lot more money at the end, so a business supports them and they don't have to work a whole lot.
I could tell you, one thing, I do a lot of different things. I own a business. You get married to it beyond belief. Time management's incredible. So is that one of the areas that you help with?
Time management's one of them. It's also about how you use your time and what things that the owner does that he or she really doesn't need to be doing, and helping them let go of some things and letting their team do the things, helping them trust their team, which sometimes is a big challenge.
So then what services do you provide in that?
It's really a mentoring service. So like an athlete has a coach who watches films with them and works with them in the locker room, but the athlete goes on the field. I do the same thing with a business owner. We work behind closed doors. I watch what goes on, but the owner is really the one that executes anything we talk about. I do some workshops with the team, but really the owner at the end of the day is the one who has to do it. And my best successes are when I'm no longer needed in somebody's business.
And probably your best referral as well.
Absolutely.
What's your type of clientele?
Well, for small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, I work with the owners. It's really an owner-occupied business. I also work with executives in larger corporations who own a P&L or who own a team that really could use some more productivity on it, help them really get their team engaged, get them to work as a team, trust each other, and let the manager really lead as opposed to have to manage day-to-day activity.
Is that the most common type problem that you need to work with, or are there others?
There's problems all over the place. In a corporation, it's really a lot of trust right now. We've seen a lot of corporations go through some economic crises, and the first thing they decided to do was forget about their people. So people became the first casualty. Job security was gone. So instead of working together as a team, people were sitting there saying, I don't know if I want to work with this guy. I'm going to make him look better. I'm going to take care of myself, and they pull back. Productivity went down, trust went down. Now that the damage is over and we see the economy starting to creep back, corporations are starting to look and assess the damage, and they realize they ignored their human resources for way too long. And I don't like to be an ambulance chaser or anything, but that's a great opportunity for me to come in and really help them get teams back on track.
So, and what would you say is if there's some predominant tips in terms of how to grow a business, what do you recommend?
How to grow a business, it's really focusing on what your core competencies are. A lot of people get involved in every aspect of their business, and they really don't focus on what their core is and let other people or other companies partner with them to do what they're not as good at. So if you're an auto repair place, you don't want to be making photocopies for everybody, because photocopying isn't your business. Auto repair is your business. Focus on what you're good at and really market that to your public.
Have you found, is there a difference in the type of problems between, let's call them a mom and pop type corporation versus one that's got maybe 50, 60 people working for it?
Sure. The company that is a mom and pop, really the mom and the pop, or the owner is really doing everything, hasn't let go, because that's their heart and soul, and they really haven't been able to trust somebody else to even open the mail for them. In a larger company, when you have more people, you have a little more drama, you have a lot more people issues to deal with, where there's power struggles, where there's empowerment issues and things like that. The bigger the company, the more sophisticated the problems get.
And for those of us watching at home who want to get some more information about yourself and your company, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Best way to get in touch with me is my email address, which is jack@levittexecutiveadvisors.com. I have a phone number, and my website is www.levittexecutiveadvisors.com. It's very long, but it works.
And over the last year, you've seen businesses start to at least stabilize and start to grow. As you said, this is a good time to get a hold of you.
Yeah, it's a great time to get a hold of me. Actually, since January, my phone's been ringing a lot more. Second half of last year was quieter, but since January, I've really seen a pickup because a lot of companies are ready to start moving forward, and the optimism is starting to return.
Jack, I appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Thanks for
and I want
having
to
me.
congratulate you for all the work that you've done with respect to the Educational Foundation. I know our kids thank you for that.
Thank you.
And again, those of watching home, I appreciate you taking time to watch us today and learn a little about Jack's business. If you're thinking about growing your business or maybe even going into business, give Jack a call. I'm sure he's going to give you some great advice. Again, I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks.